Good day, everyone. This is Alvin again from the Philippines, and welcome to my top 10 best in national costume for Miss Grand Thailand 2022. Welcome! So last night, the national costume presentation of Miss Grand Thailand 22 happened, and I didn't really follow Miss Grand Thailand 2022 as a pageant, so I'm not really familiar with all of the contestants moving forward and while watching the show. However, I feel like I really need to watch the national costume because we know how amazing the production was, and wait a minute. Because we know how amazing the production was, and at the same time, there would be a lot of interesting costumes in my mind that I'm expecting to see. So I'm truly happy while watching the show last night. 77 contestants, so that's a lot, and I've made my top 10 favorites. Again, this is based on my own preference. There's a lot of candidates who had that card that they bring along with them, but I really focused my top 10 on the costume that they are actually wearing with them rather than what they're carrying. And I am into the design and the way they execute themselves. So it's a balance of everything. So here's my top 10 favorites. So I'm not sure if we have the same favorites. So this is our time to compare if we do have the same list. Starting with my number 10, Chanthaburi, candidate number 7, Warintorn Pufadray. The host mentioned power of woman, so I directly assume that's the name or the inspiration of the costume. I love the elegance that was truly highlighted in this costume, loved the overall details, and I feel like it truly captured the name of the costume in so many aspects. My number 9 goes to Udon Thani. Number 73, Sarah Helena Sarakan. I am loving all the elements that she brought and carried along with her in this costume. I just wish her execution was cleaner and a bit more polished, because there are times where I feel like the way she carried herself is a little bit clumsy, just a tiny bit. But costume wise, with all those additional props, definitely one of my favorites. My number 8 goes to Surin, candidate number 69, Paonrat Pinmueng. This is actually the only elephant costume on my leaderboard. If I remember correctly, there are 3 costumes that used elephant, but this is the one that stood out to me the most. First of all, huge kudos to the woman inside the costume. She was able to execute a very entertaining performance. It was so playful and so fun to watch. So the entertainment value of this presentation, superb. Definitely, if I just base it on the entertainment value, this would be very high on the list. It didn't place that high, only at number 8, because I wasn't a huge fan of the overall look of the elephant. I mean, the thought of the costume was great, but the finishing and the polishing, not that much. I feel like it could still be improved, but having said that, if it will be polished, I can see it as a very good costume for the future pageantry. So this could really be a great inspiration for some more costume out there, not only for Thailand but also for other countries, and not only for elephant but also for other animals too that symbolizes in their country. Number 7 goes to Ratchaburi, Umawadi Pimpa. I was surely entertained by this one. Whoever thinks of this idea surely deserves some applause. The costume made it look like she's kneeling on the pedestal, but actually she was walking and standing with her actual feet inside it. I think she was having fun because before she ends, she was able to eat and drink while performing. So that's definitely a relief for her after waiting for so long to go up on that stage. Great costume. My number 6 goes to Rayong, Chayanapas Chompurat. One of the best costumes and executions at the same time. Although I feel the weight of the costume on her face because there was even a time that it looked like she's going out of balance just for a quick second. And overall, I really commend her for her performance. Even the facial expressions work very, very well too. My number 5 goes to Chachoengsao Ratchayamingbon. Even if you don't tell me this is Thailand she's representing, I could easily predict that the costume is representing Thailand. And that only means that the costume has perfectly illustrated the culture and tradition of Thailand. Not only that, I was mesmerized with the details and how shiny she was being covered in gold. I also love the expressions, the facial expressions during the execution. It gives some more impact on her performance. My number 5 goes to Phrae. Sufatra Kliang Prom. I am so in love with how they perfectly executed this costume and all the elements to make all the dimensions look beautifully done. I am not sure if I understand the concept correctly, but based on how she executed it, I think it's based on carving products. Excuse me again, because I have to turn off the alarm. It's keep on popping. I mean, I think it's based on the carving products in her country. Just correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section if I got it all wrong. But love the design on her back and how the peacock's feathers were curled to her body. I mean, that is a really, really good decision and a good move the way they did it, and very good. Love the overall details, front, back, and everything around it. My number 3 goes to Lopburi ni Ratcha Namwacha Saropit. We have seen different costumes from Thailand showcasing Thai boxing, and this one is definitely my favorite. Aside from her execution, I love the costume, and I also love the addition of that headpiece that she used as well. It appears to me that it could be a great nationalistic mascot if we just look at it. I really enjoyed it, and the way her performance, I really enjoyed it too. And I feel like the audience did as well because they have cheered so much when she performed. I think it was a superb performance and costume overall, and I can't bring it down under top 3. It's just really good. My number 2 goes to Pathum Thani, Wichida Nuam Sorn. I would really love to focus more on something that they are actually wearing rather than what they are pulling with them. But this one came as a stunning surprise because to me, I love her costume because the color of blue and gold worked perfectly together. But what made this costume even more amazing is that the costume was blending with the backdrop that she brought, and this was perfection. Others brought the same pulling thing, whatever. However, there was a disconnect with the color, with the design, so others didn't really make sense to me. That's why for all those costumes that brought something with them, not wearing but carrying with them, I think this is the only one I have on the list. Because again, there's just some cooperation with the overall look of the costume and the backdrop that she brought along with her. Everything just worked well together. Coordination, that was the word that I was looking for. There's coordination in everything. But to me, my choice for the number 1 best in national costume for Miss Grand Thailand, my number 1 goes to Phetchaburi. Wasunan sa Wikwihari. This costume is surely a treat to me. It kind of reminded me of Madison Anderson's costume in Miss Universe Puerto Rico, but a different kind of costume, but somewhat the same in a way. I mean, I see the similarity, but of course, still 2 different costumes. I really hope you get what I mean. I love how enormous the costume was, especially what's on her back. But her execution, making it look so weightless, making it look like it weighed nothing, was even more fascinating. Love the lights added to it, and that's why. And when she bowed down, just to show, it actually showed the durability of the costume. And the moment she brought it down, making it look like the bottom part of the dress, I mean, she was serving the Snow Queen vibes, which was even more beautiful. Perfect costume to me because I feel like it can be transformed in so many ways. It can be done in so many ways and it can be executed in so many ways, and she just gave us what we need, actually more than what we needed, and that is why this is my choice as my best national costume. So that's it. These are my top 10 favorite costumes from Miss Grand Thailand 2022, and great show, to be honest. I really enjoyed it. So I really wanted to know which of these costumes do you like most. So don't forget to leave your comments below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and share the video as well. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe because you'll be seeing more of these videos in the future. For now, thank you very much and have a wonderful day from the Philippines.